Hey, good morning. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. Today's Tuesday. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. And this is our daily reading. And just a reminder to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me, whether the reading's resonating or you like the content. Just give me that thumbs up, please. And let's get started. I'm going to use, I don't know if I said it, I'm going to use the Barbier Tarot today and the Radiant Wise for mine. See what we got going on today. Current situation is, the Death card. Present influence. Knight of Pentacles, future influence. Two of Pentacles. What we don't see. Seven of Wands. That's what we're trying to get over, right? Unexpected. Three of Wands. Challenge. Wheel. Strength. Eight of Pentacles. Where does this lead? Hermit. Three of Swords. Oh, that Three of Swords was upside down. I'm leaving it. Okay, because it's weird. Okay, and after that? Yeah, Nine of Cups. Interesting, because I'm just taking a quick look at my cards. They're not messed up. And I swear I haven't even had the Three of Swords in a reading lately. So for it to come upside down is pretty bizarre. Bottom of, God, excuse me. Hold on just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. So advice. Ooh, Page of Swords and Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this card and this Five of Cups, I feel like it's a more defiant Five of Cups. It feels kind of like a little bit of defiance here, maybe about something that, I still feel like it's about disappointment. So there maybe something has been disappointing or something to that degree. But I feel like with this card, it's a more defiant. She's looking very defiant to me. And it's like, when you get disappointed and you're like, no, you can't do that to me. No. Kind of like that attitude, especially with that Seven of Wands here, what we don't see. It's kind of like that. It's more than putting up, being strong. It's you realizing that if something's happening to you that doesn't feel quite right, you're just putting an end to it. Current situation is the Death card, and influence is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles feels to me like something has been working through anyway, like there's been work being done or something's been happening very slowly moving forward, and it's led to a change. I'm going to clarify the change. Well, I'll clarify the change, I think, because I don't think I need to with the Knight of Pentacles, because I think we'll see. But I do feel like, yeah, it's like a situation, when a situation takes a while, sometimes we don't see how it's changing us, or, if something happens over a period of time. And I think I've talked about this, like when you're losing weight, for instance, or putting on muscle, or, doing something with your physique, and you look in the mirror and let's say you lose 20 pounds, you're down 2 pant sizes. You look in the mirror and you still don't see yourself thin. You're still seeing yourself heavy. It takes a while for your brain to catch up and say, oh, okay. And it just takes a bit. To me, this is like the Knight of Pentacles and the Death card right now. It's like something's been happening over a period of time. It just hasn't come to where you've seen it. And especially with this in the advice, I'm getting a real feeling of this. Like it's just been taking time. And I think you're now seeing it, and that's the feeling I'm getting. So let's do, you know what? Let's use the Gilded Tarot Royale. I should take the box away. I'm going to use a different deck to clarify. My very first, when I really started getting into readings as an adult, after my divorce, because he didn't like tarot cards. I was into tarot cards and stuff before I was married, but not during. it's one of those things where if you're not with someone that's a whole nother story. So let's use, anyway, this is the first deck, or a similar deck. This is the Royale. The original Gilded Tarot was the first one I really started reading with us after the divorce. So, don't know why that matters. Tell me about this Death card and current situation, please. The Justice, the Temperance, and Two of Swords. You know what's really interesting about these two cards? The Justice is about balance, um, kind of justice balance, you know, the scales. And the Temperance is about emotional balance. And this is like making the choice. There's something here where the Death card is you making that choice moving forward. What I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is the balance coming back into play, and especially with that Two of Pentacles in the future. So there's something here that you've been working on, really trying to balance out something, your life, and you have made that decision to do so. I feel like this came from a decision probably a while ago, and the Knight of Pentacles is you moving forward with that. The Death card is seeing that. So let's just take a look at the Knight of Pentacles anyway. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles, please. What is the Knight of Pentacles? Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Three of Swords, Six of Cups. Okay, so I find this extremely interesting. Now, I don't know how this deck is set up as far as if they're all facing the same way. It's been a while since I've used it. The Two of Cups and the Six of Cups are upside down, and the Three of Swords is upright. And this is the Three of Swords the other way. So I find this really interesting, because if I were to flip them, right, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups would be. So I find it interesting, just in general. Sometimes these cards. So this is working on a relationship. So you're balancing yourself out in a relationship that kind of made you sad. I feel like though you're letting the sadness go. Again, the defiance here. You're like, nope, I'm not going to allow that to happen. And that's what you've been working on. And that's the transformation, is you letting something go from someone that has disappointed you and probably made you sad. This is not necessarily a lover. It absolutely could be. It could be a friend. It could be someone at work. It could be a work situation. But that's what the whole thing is just getting over that and saying, no, not doing it anymore. And it's a good feeling to me because, you know, sometimes it takes us a while. Again, like I said, with the weight loss thing, it takes us a while to see what's really happening. And I feel like the Two of Pentacles, this is the actual balance coming into play. And I think it feels good to balance things out. Now, I like twos in general. Interesting too. The Ace of Pentacles is after the Five of Cups. So when then the Two of Pentacles is here. So that's good. And the twos, I think, are overall good because, they can be hard because about balancing and decisions and such, but it's also about taking the energy of an ace and moving to the next level. Whether it's making a decision or not, it doesn't matter. It's about moving on, moving up, not on. Like you go to the ace, you go to the two. So I feel like it's I like the twos. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Okay, Knight of Swords, Empress, Knight of Wands. It's interesting to me to see these. Okay, so if you look, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords is over here in the blue, the Knight of Wands is here. They're both facing away from that Empress. So it's almost like, I think what the balance is just kind of letting it all go, like not looking at anything. Now, this could be somebody and it could be an energy starting, but I think it's more about the Empress than anything else in the middle of these two energies. So the Knight of Swords would be, they're both kind of chaotic. Okay, so let's get that right out of the way, because the wand is chaotic in the sense of the fire, right? The passion and that kind of energy. This Knight of Swords comes in and just doesn't care what's going on and will just, come in really quickly. So they're both very high energies. And the Empress is more of a laid back, it's almost like, I feel like it's almost a water energy. It feels to me like um, a nurturing thing. So I feel like what this balance is kind of trying to balance your life into from chaos to settled. Um, and in a way like that, the Empress taking care of things. There's something really important, I feel like, happening with your attitude and how you're seeing things and how you're working through things. Not necessarily having someone else. The Seven of Wands is in what you don't see. I still feel like that is, okay, the Seven of Wands is about, being defensive. Well, it can be about being defensive, but it can be about protecting yourself as well, standing up for yourself, all of those things. I feel like what you don't realize is that you haven't had to do that maybe as much as you thought you had to. We talked about this yesterday too. My Ace of Wands flew out. So what is this Seven of Wands and what we don't see? I feel like you need to take a look at how much you need to worry about being on the defensive. You might not really need to stand up for yourself. Seven of Wands, please. Nine of Swords, King of Wands, Three of Cups. Well, I feel like maybe there could be another energy that is, so the Nine of Swords is about the stress, right? But that would be why you would be in that Seven of Wands, frame of mind. The King of Wands is a very fiery, passionate energy, and the Three of Cups is that, coming together. But there's something here where I feel like there's, what you don't realize is it's not really that you need to stand up. It's just you need to enjoy. Three of Cups. Excuse me. So let's look at that Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is in the unexpected. So all of the work you're doing, everything's kind of paying off. But let's see what we're going to be seeing, because this is all about seeing things happen, seeing things come to fruition. Realize the realization of your hard work, basically. So whatever this is you're working on with that Death card, which I do feel is really good, regardless. The more I look at that Three of Swords over here, the more I like it. Because once you release any kind of sadness or hurt, you really can reach your full potential with the Nine of Cups there. Okay, tell me about this Three of Wands. Okay, Hermit, Six of Wands, King of Cups. There's been something where, okay, we have the Hermit over here too. So the Hermit, Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. I think there's something here that the time that you have taken to look at a situation, and recognizing a situation with someone that's important to you. Now, this again does not have to be a lover, but it could be, because it is a King of Cups. So I'm thinking love to some degree, but it doesn't have to be. It can be literally someone that's just a caring person, or they're a water sign, or, they're just really easy to get along with. That could be work, but whatever this is, the Three of Wands is you seeing that it comes from the Hermit, though. So the time that you've taken some time, and it's allowed you to recognize what's really happening with this King of Cups. There seems to be, like with all of this other energy, that something's been happening with someone around you that's been important to you. You've been working on it over here with the Death card, but I think this is almost like an aha moment, an epiphany going on. You'll see what you're doing is working. So we have the Wheel and the Challenge. The Wheel is, there is a part of you that's really struggling moving forward. So there's something here that you have to move forward from. And it's just been really hard to do so. And that's the challenge. And I don't think it's any, I think by pointing it out, is all you can really do. And sometimes, sometimes that's just hard. Like, there's no easy answer when you've been hurt to move on, or when you've been disappointed, and we've got the Three of Swords. So that's hard to move on from. And it's always going to be a challenge to some degree or another. The Eight of Pentacles, though, is in your strength. And this was in the strength a couple days ago, I believe. Um, and again, it's about the work that you do. So, you're still doing the work. We've got the Hermit, too. Like, you're willing to do all of this work to see things in a better light, handle things differently, move on from it. And with a little bit of defiance again. And sometimes it takes that, right? To be a little bit defiant to be able to get past a situation. It's not saying you have to be that way for a long period of time, but sometimes you just kind of need it. And then the Eight of Pentacles is just the work you're doing. And I see that as just you working and making that effort and not quitting at all, at all. So then it goes from the Hermit to this Three of Swords upside down. So the Hermit, in where this all leads, is you again. I feel like this is more not that you're on the search, but the search leads to you releasing this hurt. And it doesn't come just by you saying, I'm going to release this hurt. It doesn't work like that. But I feel like with the Hermit, there's something that you will shine a light on that will make you understand something, which will allow this Three of Swords to go. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify the Hermit. What is this Hermit, please? Hermit, what is this Hermit and where this leads? Oh, that's Three of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Ace of Wands. You are discovering something. There's something here. This is kind of camaraderie, the Three of Pentacles working together. Two of Cups is also to some degree working together. It's definitely, a coming together. So I feel like what this Hermit is shining a new light, a new beginning on a situation. And again, leading to the hurt going. Once you work through this, now this actually may be like working through this with somebody. There's something that sparks you a new beginning. And it could be with this Hermit is sparking you to understand or move on. And I do like that, because once this goes away, you lead to the Nine of Cups, which is all about, your dreams and wishes and all of those good things. So what is this Nine of Cups that we're looking at? Ten of Cups, King of Cups, Four of Pentacles. This has to do with a relationship that you've been holding on to. And I feel like there is some kind of coming together. And the Four of Pentacles is the holding on. But the King of Cups is, again, we had the King of Cups up with the Three of Wands and unexpected. So there is a feeling about reaching a goal here. And it is about a relationship. But that doesn't, I want to, I don't want you to look, okay, we're going to, it's going to be love again, because it could be defining it differently, even because of that Three of Swords, right? Or it's a realization. But I feel like you reaching your dreams is really important here because of the Nine of Cups, but Ten of Cups, King of Cups, and then the Four of Pentacles. So this is something that you've been working for. The Four of Pentacles is, again, now releasing sadness from another situation may allow a new situation to arise and put you in a position of reaching that 10 of cups. So I would just kind of be really interested, because there's work being done here in the center of the reading, a lot of work. And that 3 of Wands is you seeing the light to everything. And I feel like with this, the way it moves forward is, regardless of what what this 10 of Cups is to you, um, it's the healing that you've come from. Again, that Hermit has been a key role, and the hermit doesn't always just mean being alone. What it means is taking time to shine the light on the answer and not letting other things get in the way of you learning and shining that light and finding the answer. It's saying you're kind of like putting out the noise around you, not listening to other people. You know, it's your surge, you're doing it. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're sitting there alone. The but what you are doing is doing this discovery alone. You're not kind of listening to all of the noise around you. You're doing this. You're listening to your instincts, your intuition, and working through it. So, what we have is in the advice is the Page of Swords. So there's a couple things here with the Page of Swords. I feel like in anything when you have advice here, be honest, always be honest with yourself, and with the situation. Be clear in your words and how you speak and in your expectations, because the swords, especially the page and the ace, are all about um, honesty and being articulate and being clear. Being clear not only in the words you choose to use, but in the statements that you are talking about. Like be just very clear. Like I'm not being clear. So be very clear in any kind of discussions that you have. And I feel like that will really kind of lead you to the best answers for yourself. And sometimes this is hard to do, because sometimes it's hard for us to articulate exactly what we want or what our expectations are, because sometimes we don't know until we dive in. Like, I'm not going to know the answer to this until I get into it. So I think there you have it. I think this is be clear, and this is also, don't stop working on things, right? The Page of Swords is very consistent and will work on something until she gets, becomes good at it. And again, you have that in your wheelhouse with the Eight of Pentacles and your strength. So there you have your reading. I hope you liked it. Let me know, please. Any comments are more than welcome. Take care. Have a beautiful day.